Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
The news industry lost a giant today with the death of Roger Ailes. Now, obviously, when you're the head of a conservative news outlet, thanks to liberal media, you're going to be a controversial figure. But nonetheless, Roger Ailes was a big player, a big impact player in the news media, the founder of Fox News. And obviously, he was under a lot of scrutiny. A lot of things were said about him. But what's amazing to me about the response of the left with Roger Ailes is how despicable these people really are. You know, just because you don't like somebody or you may disagree with somebody's politics, you don't celebrate their death. That is just low. I mean, whose death gets celebrated around the world? Dictators and violent leaders like Saddam Hussein, the list goes on. But Roger Ailes, yes, the left is treating Roger Ailes like a violent dictator today. I could not believe some of the responses that I saw from the left in regards to Roger Ailes' death. Let's look at some of these responses, folks. This just goes to show you the state of the mental capacity of the left. Let's start with Senk Uyghur from Young Turds. He says, glad Roger Ailes lived long enough to get caught and die lonely and humiliated. That extra year of life cost him dearly. Wow, Chunk. You really are a class act, aren't you? Chunk Yogurt, folks, their class act heading up the Young Turks network, celebrating the death of an American. And you know what, Chunk? You're living right now a sad, lonely, and humiliated life. So how does that feel to be alive and be sad and lonely? How about the Slate editor Sam Adams rejoicing over Roger Ailes' death? Says, Roger Ailes was an evil man who made the world a dramatically worse place. On the bright side, he's dead now. Roger Ailes, folks. Again, you don't have to agree with Roger Ailes. You don't have to like Roger Ailes. You don't have to like his news network. But you're celebrating his death as if Roger Ailes was some sort of enemy of humanity. Again, you don't have to like Fox News. You don't have to like Roger Ailes. But you would think if you were an editor or a host of a news show, you would have a little more class than that. Nope, the left really has no class. It goes on. Mark Lamont Hill, you've heard of him before. He goes on CNN and race baits all day long. Roger Ailes has died. Wow. Sending deep and heartfelt condolences to everyone who was abused, harassed, exploited, and unjustly fired by him. And then provides how much evidence? How many cases? How many examples? 0. If you're going to make such an outlandish statement about the deceased, Mark Lamont Schill, you might want to provide a few examples to maybe have your point carry some water. No, you just look like a classless fool. It goes on. How about Rolling Stone? Unbelievable that they would publish this. Roger Ailes was one of the worst Americans ever. Fox News founder made this the hate-filled, moronic country it is today. Again. How are you going to call somebody a moron when you're engaging in moronic behavior? Insulting the deceased, the body's not even cold yet, and you're already publishing articles on the man being one of the worst Americans ever. Give me a break. Again, you don't have to like Roger Ailes, but to say he's one of the worst Americans ever is so ridiculous. And then it's even more crude to be celebrating his death the day he died. I think that makes you one of the worst people ever, to be perfectly honest with you. Deadspin. I'm sorry to report that Roger Ailes ever lived. You know what? Deadspin is kind of a joke to begin with, so we won't take them too seriously. But the Daily Caller had a whole story. Sick liberal journalists celebrate the death of Fox News founder Roger Ailes. Let's look at some of these tweets. How about Huffington Post senior politics editor? Yes, Roger Ailes was a TV genius. He also had an apparently monstrous personal life and nasty, dangerous editorial instincts. You just couldn't wait, could you, Sam Stein from Huffington Post? You just couldn't wait to insult the dead. You have no class. You have no patience. How about this one? I love how the left is. Let me just read this. Roger Ailes, this is from Jenny Jardine. Roger Ailes ruined the lives of many women during his brief time on Earth. May he be appropriately rewarded in the afterlife. You're seeing this from the left, talking about how Roger Ailes abused women. Roger Ailes was bad towards women, mistreated women, celebrating his death because of it. But Bill Clinton? Nothing? Nothing for Bill Clinton? You're not going to wish Bill Clinton died for the multiple rapes he settled? But Roger Ailes, who has stories fabricated up about him that don't carry water, you're going to insult the dead over that, but ignore the corruption. How about Anthony Weiner? Again, this is the left. Roger Ailes is so bad, all this stuff after he's dead, but Anthony Weiner, who's still alive, commits crimes, nothing. Bill Clinton, who settled rapes, and his wife wanted to get in the White House with Huma Abedin as one of her advisors. Both Bill Clinton and Anthony Weiner would have been huge roles in the White House if Hillary got elected. But Roger Ailes is the bad guy, even though they would have propped up two people that are known womanizers. Truly sick, folks. Truly sick, the state of the left, and they keep exposing themselves. Electrify your day with Secret 12. It's like lightning in a bottle. We all have days in which we just can't seem to perform at the level we'd like to. Infowars Live Secret 12 is designed to naturally energize your body and mind with 2 great tasting and super high quality forms of vitamin B12. Proper vitamin and nutrient intake is essential to keep your body functioning at optimum levels. The reality is, it's hard to take in the proper amount of vitamins we need each day with our modern diets. Secret 12 by Infowars Live is an easy way to naturally upgrade your vitamin B12 intake and support your body's natural systems. It pairs 2 forms of vitamin B12 into one explosive formula. Vitamin B12 supports healthy energy levels through red blood cell formation and aiding in the body's natural processes, but it also assists with many other functions of the body. Electrify your mind and body and take your health to the next level. Experience the power of Secret 12 at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com.